Hi, today let's talk about sleep regressions. I know that word is scary, right? Uh, let's pop the bubble. Sleep regressions, when you search the internet and you will find plenty of scary articles where, they mention that 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, 12 months, you'll have these variations when people believe that it's a sleep regression phase and you feel like, oh god, I don't want to face that. I don't know how I'm gonna cope up with it. Let's pop the bubble. It is not regression, it is actually a beautiful phase of progression. What is exactly regression? Let's understand that. So for example, when I say, oh, my kid, I think my kid is now potty trained and he's going to the potty seat when he needs to. And after a week, when I come back and say, oh, he's still wetting his pants, that is regression. Like unlearning, coming a step back from what you have learned. And what happens in the first year when the baby is born? It's a year full of growth and development. Every other day is different. I don't have to talk about that. There's a lot of things the baby has on his checklist to complete, starting from suckling his hands, eye gaze, rolling over, sitting, crawling, all sorts of different things. The ultimate goal being being able to walk independently. And these are the phases when the needs of the baby change. You can very easily relate to this when I tell you that when the baby is about to come, we try to change the way we try to rearrange our house. We bring in a small space where the baby can, it could be a playpen. We will get some crib, or we'll arrange our house to accommodate the new baby. As the baby starts growing, as it starts rolling, we'll put bed rails. We will baby proof the house. Why do we do this at different stages? Are we scared to do that? Not at all. It's the instinct that tell us that, oh yeah, I think I should be doing this for the safety of the baby. When do we do this? When do we do these changes? When we know that the baby is about to achieve a milestone or has started doing something new. This, as we call it, is a progression. Sleep exactly echoes with this. So whenever there's a new progression happening, a new skill that is being learned, the needs of the baby change. So the baby is now completely focusing on, hey, I have learned how to say, how to wave my hand. I want to practice that. So you might be experiencing babies waking up at the night and doing those things which they are working on during the daytime. That is progression, and that impacts the way they sleep, because the sleep takes a back foot. And then you feel like, oh god, I was so used to him taking 3 naps a day, and I had scheduled my day accordingly, and everything has gone for a toss. I don't know, I can't establish a pattern yet. Embrace the change, be happy, celebrate that it's a progression, be happy about the progression. It's hard, I know, but can you mitigate it? Definitely. By reading the baby, by giving the baby plenty of opportunities during the day to sharpen his skills, newly learned skills, and catching the cues of the baby at the right time, seeing when the baby is overtired, and you will see that once the skill is learned, it again, the wave sort of, the wave is steady, and you're able to again establish a pattern. So I don't really would like to call this whole phase of growing up as regressions. I would say these are changes in sleep pattern during the progressions. And yeah, I mean, just enjoy the different phases in the first year, and I'm sure once you start reading your baby well, you'll be able to deal with these changes in patterns much better. Take care.